for the really warm welcome and hospitality that you have shown to Montenegro. It is a small country, but it's, as you said, we have fantastic relationship between two of our nations, and we definitely want to improve these relationships. I think we have quite a sizable diaspora versus yours. Maybe some of Belgian people can also have a look at Montenegro, and in terms of investment, but also living, it's a pretty nice place. So we started our visit with Belgium because bilateral relations with Belgium are extremely important for us. We see Belgium as a strategic partner in EU, somebody who has always pushed for a speedy Montenegrin EU integration, and we really thank you for that. We know that you are strict, but you are also fair. That you look at all the results Montenegrin government has done in a very short time, and we know that we have you behind us and helping us along our path. As you have mentioned, we are continuing the visit with IGC that is on Monday. Again, thank you so much for support, because the organization and everything else that you've done to make it happen and enable it, it's really remarkable. Yeah. And we are really happy that we will have IGC as a sign and as a clear signal for Montenegro that is going a right path. We thank you also for EU Growth Plan, that in pushing that high agenda, because EU Growth Plan is a great signal for private sector from EU to get involved in the Western Balkans, in Montenegro especially. We'll try our best to get as big shares from EU Growth Plan as possible. We welcome all the Belgians investor and the business people. I think Montenegro is open for business and is one of the, arguably one of the most pro-business countries in Europe. I think we will engage with the private sector here as well, and we hope to see higher participation in the future. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
First of all, a warm welcome to you, Mr. Prime Minister. Dear Milojko, welcome in Brussels. We had the occasion to meet each other before, and extremely happy to welcome you here. We know that you have a very intense program, so we're happy that you made some space to be able to talk on a bilateral level. We have a very good relationship between Belgium and Montenegro. We have a few thousands of your citizens who live in Belgium, and we also have good economic relationships with, for example, Basics, who has very extensive activities in your country. I have to say that we are extremely pleased with your pro-European stance. And this was your political project. This is the position that your government takes. And really happy with all the progress that you have shown in the first months of your tenure. And we hope that in the months of our presidency, those steps forwards can be continued. You have our full support on that, and one could really say that in the region, you're the example, and you really put the bar high, and I think that should be applauded. I think in a more general sense, intensive cooperation between the European Union and the Western Balkans is important. It is important on the two dimensions that are crucial in the European Union. That's our prosperity and that's security. And I think that in the period of today, those two are more linked one with another than ever before. And if we look forward, linking those two together, I think really should be high on our agenda. And these are also the priorities in our presidency. So. We would like to thank you for a very fruitful discussion that we had. We know that you are spending some more days in Belgium, and there's always good reasons to come to Brussels. Not only for Belgium, there's also a lot of other international organizations there, and really hope that the good relationships we have between our countries, that we can continue them and intensify them further.
Thank you very much, Ivan Minovic from the television of Montenegro. I have a question for Prime Minister de Kro. How do you assess the results of new Montenegrin government, and can Montenegro expect and can Montenegro get your support in order to complete interim benchmarks report in rule of law related chapters until the end of Belgian presidency? And for Mr. Spajić, what are concrete results that Montenegro will deliver in the next 6 months until the end of Belgian presidency in order to convince EU partners in the seriousness and the credibility of Montenegro's path towards the EU? Thank you very much.
First of all 33 chapters are open. I mean, if you want to know the breadth of what the Montenegrin government is working on, I mean, there is no country which is in that situation. So first of all, that is a good sign, and we've seen all the reforms that have been taking place, especially in this domain of rule of law over the past weeks, and of course it is not Belgium that is doing the evaluation. That is especially the European Commission that is doing it. And this IBAR is important. This is really the moment where we evaluate and where we look at this. But I would like to say that the signs are really good and that we're really positive on all the efforts that have been done in a moment that is not an easy one. I mean, there is a lot of instability in the world. People look with anxiety what is happening around the world. And I think that in the world of today, it's good to have friends. It's good not to be alone. And the ones who were not, for example, part of NATO, they took steps. And we're happy to have you on our side, and extremely happy as well with all with the full alignment on the sanctions on Russia. So it really shows the effort that has been done. So our outlook is a positive one, and we hope that continues, and that at some point we were 28 at some point. So at some point we'll be 28 again.
Maybe 28 for 2028?
Yeah,
we'll see. So, as in regards to your question on the results that we want to achieve during the Belgian presidency, I think the immediate looming one is on the 27th of January. We have a parliamentary session. As a parliament majority and myself personally have done extensive efforts to secure 3/5 needed to get the Supreme Prosecutor's vote in. I think that would be like really big message for the European Commission has mentioned many times. That would be like a really big step for us forward. Apart from the nomination side and the things on what the Parliament can do, I think executive power has to do much more in terms of reforming the tax system, police, and other departments who are NSA, etc., our security apparatus, as well as the judicial side of things. We need to take some steps. I've spoken about the arbitration court as a mid-step between having a fully functional commercial court that would instill confidence in investors. Like it's not easy to convince investors when you have commercial court completely in disarray, and that they would have a collateral enforcement and the security rights in Montenegro properly taken care of. So these are the super fast steps that we need to take care of very quickly. Also, the procurement procedures and all other procedures that are done currently in Montenegro are all corruption-free, and they're all very focused that we do things properly with the European standard levels. You see that our communication with European Commission is almost daily level. We take the feedback like really quickly. It's not like we say something and European Commission says something and we stop there. I think that communication is like really deep, and we engage with them like on a much broader and deeper scale than ever before. And that's why the quality of outcome of all the laws that have been sent to the Parliament, of all the decisions, have been way higher than before. We have avoided a bullet. In December, it was like a bullet waiting me with FATF and Manival's grey list. We had like 4 negatives. We ended up having 0 because in 1 month, like 15 days, I didn't sleep. I was like just focused on getting the things, AML, criminal code, and other things that had to be adjusted to the EU standard so that we kind of reduce some of the risks that we had inherently within our system. Things like purchasing real estate with cash are unable, you're not able to do it anymore, and things of that sort that were irking or like making us problems throughout our journey, like for 20 or 30 years, I think are quickly getting resolved. It's a proof of like political will, but also executional capability of the new executive power we have. We also have a really good majority in the parliament, so things are much smoother and faster that way. Census helped us like achieve some sort of broader coalition of all kinds of identities and representatives in the parliament. So that helped us achieve such a big majority for Judicial Council. Like we had three quarters of the parliament basically voting for that. So these are the things that are pushing us forward. We don't have polarization. That was a big problem, not only in Montenegro, but in the wider region. We will maintain that. We will maintain 100% alignment, as Prime Minister has said, of the EU's foreign, defense, and security policy in regards to Russia, but all other geopolitical issues. We are, as Montenegro, we are a credible, reliable partner to the European Union. We are proving it now, finally. So I think the actions talk much louder than words, and I'm really glad that we can finally show some action.